Hello, welcome to my PS5 game haul, except I don't own a PlayStation 5 yet. Why am I making this video? Why am I buying PlayStation 5 games when I don't own a console? Great question. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna unpack that, and I'm gonna show you my new PS5 games that I cannot actually play yet. But it's okay. I'm gonna tell you why it's okay. You just have to calm down, okay? Calm down, delete your little comment, calm down. Welcome to my video. My name is Hannah. It's so good to have you here. If you see any of my other videos on this channel, you would know I love video games. I love video game collecting. I have a very small game collection. I feel like compared to a lot of collectors on YouTube, my collection is just very, very small, and I'm okay with that. I don't want to just buy things just to have a complete collection of every game that has ever come out. That is not my intention. I really try to be a little bit more mindful when I'm buying games so that I'm not just mindlessly consuming, which this kind of feels like mindless consumption. I won't lie to you. Like, why did I buy these games? I can't play them right now. We're gonna talk about them because I am really excited about these games. And yes, I don't have a PlayStation 5. I don't have one yet. My grand plan is to get a PlayStation probably in the next month or so because I really want to play GTA 6 when it releases instead of waiting about a year for it to come out on PC. So I'll probably be getting a PlayStation. It just makes more sense. I feel like getting a PlayStation is more worth it than getting an Xbox right now. Xbox just doesn't have the exclusives that I really care about, and I think Sony's doing it a little bit better right now. That's just my opinion. Are you an Xbox fan or a PlayStation fan? Let me know in the comments below. But I was an Xbox 360 fan, got a PC, but I do have a PS4 and I do love my PS4. That's another reason for getting a PlayStation 5 besides GTA, is to play my backwards compatible PS4 games on the PS5 instead of having to play it on my TV. It's a whole thing. Having another thing that I can play PS4 games on will be very helpful, but I will be getting a PS5. I will be getting one, hopefully, probably next month. And then I can do a little unboxing and share that with you guys and do the whole thing with getting a new console. I'm excited, but I've been doing a little bit of collecting regardless of whether or not I have the console right now. I've been buying games. I pre-ordered some games that got released in January and I just picked up a new one today. So I have 5 games for the PS5. 5 games for the PS5 without having a PS5. It sounds so silly, but I'm here to show those games off for you and tell you why I got these games, why I bought them now rather than waiting until I actually had the console. So let's get started. Drop a subscribe if you want to see more silly little videos. I would love to have you here. Let's start with the 3 games that I pre-ordered that I got in January. This is very early on. I think I pre-ordered these in December and I just got them. I think I picked them up the last week of January, maybe the second to last week of January. I got Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil Biohazard, the Gold Edition, and Resident Evil 2. So first of all, I think physical media is super, super important. I really love the idea of having a physical disc, although I think the PlayStation 5, like, you have to put the disc in and then it downloads, so you still have to kind of like download the content from the disc. I still think having the physical disc and physical piece of media is really, really important to me. I love having it display on my shelf, have it for the future, not have to rely on just owning a license on the PS5. Like, I have it and I can put it on other consoles if I want to. I love that. Also, I have played 2 of these games. I've played Resident Evil Biohazard, Resident Evil 7. Loved this game very, very much. I played this game years ago. A great survival horror experience. I love the direction that they're taking at Resident Evil. I love that they're doing remakes and remaking the older ones, but I also love the Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8 direction they're going into, and I'm so excited to see what they do with Resident Evil 9, the next Resident Evil, whenever that comes out, whatever it will be. I'm excited to see the direction it goes into because I feel like this era of survival horror and Resident Evil is just really exciting. So really loved Resident Evil 7. I think that this is a really great game to have on a physical media And I also love that it's the gold edition. It's for the PS5, so I'm gonna get a little bit of a slightly better quality boost as if it was on a PS4. But I'm really excited. So all of these Resident Evil games were getting re-released for the PS5, or I don't know if Resident Evil 3 was a re-release, but I'm pretty sure these other games were on PS4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I love a good physical media, and just having a piece of physical thing to correlate with a game that I played digitally, I think is really awesome too. It's kind of like a trophy. I don't know if you're familiar, but there are people on the internet. I've seen this namely on TikTok with this group of TikTok called Book Talk. So people read books digitally on their Kindle, and then they'll buy the physical book as like the trophy, the book trophy. And on one hand, it is very like, why are we buying something? Because we already consumed that media. But in my perspective, having a physical piece of media, especially physical game media, which I feel like is dying, I think is really important. And also, it gives me the ability to replay it no matter what happens to my Steam account. If one day Steam decides to completely close for whatever reason, or like my account shuts down and I no longer have access to those games, I'll still have a means of playing those games. And I think because I hold these games up so highly, it's important to have them in my collection, pass them down, let other people I know use them if they want. So Resident Evil 7 I think is a must. Same with Resident Evil 2, because that remake was so good. I played it. I don't like zombies. That's another thing. I freaking hate zombies. They're my #1 worst fear. I fear the zombie apocalypse like no other. But Resident Evil 2, terrifying. I played through Leon's part at least. So I consider myself, like I consider the game played. I played through the main story, Leon's part, and I'm pretty sure you roll credits when you do that and you just have to restart a game if you want to play it as Claire. I'm not going to play as Claire. Maybe one day, but I'm just so scared of zombies, and going around RPD again just does not excite me. Having to redo all those puzzles again, having to go through all of those rooms and all those zombies, I literally just cannot do it. And then what's his name? Mr. X? Who's the guy that stomps around? Fucking hate him. It terrifies me. That's why I also like this game. Genuinely scary. I would love to be able to just have it in my collection and be like, this game right here. Have my friends come over, be like, this game was scary. Also, what friends am I having over? That's funny. That's but I love it. I love it a lot. That's why I got these two specifically. They were re-releasing on PS5, and I said, if I'm gonna get a PS5 one day, I want these in my collection, and I'm gonna order them now and just like get a head start and already have some games on it for when I actually do get the console. Resident Evil 3, I haven't played. So that's one of the ones I haven't played. I don't know if I will play it. I don't know. I heard it wasn't as good as Resident Evil 2, but I do have it now. They come with like little codes inside. Nothing interesting on the insides of these, which is a disappointing feature of physical media nowadays. There's no artwork on the inside cover. There's no little fun game manuals and pamphlets. It's very bare bones, but you're still getting the disc. The disc art sometimes is cool. I feel like there's too much information on disc art. Disc art used to be so interesting. I do like the Resident Evil 7 disc art. I will say that. I think that's a good time. I like the design they featured on it. The Resident Evil 7 includes some of the DLC content as well. So it comes with Not a Hero, banned footage, and End of Zoe? I forgot her name. Again, I haven't played this game in years, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm just glad to have these in my collection, my PS5 collection without my PS5. My PS5 soon. And then, because I'm slowly building a PS5 collection, I also, this was gifted to me, I have Still Wakes the Deep. I have played this game. That's again, I've played this game, but now I have like a physical copy of the game to be like, I would play it again. These are all games that I could see myself playing again because they were so good. Still Wakes the Deep was a phenomenal horror game. It reminded me of so many other pieces of media that I've watched and read and played that If you haven't played it yet, let me read the back of it to tell you a little bit about it. But phenomenal game. I'm pretty sure it's an indie game, but that's another, I had to support the indie dev. I mean, I didn't buy it. It was gifted to me. Again, it was gifted to me. It says, face the unknown, 1975, disaster strikes the Barra D oil rig right off the coast of Scotland. All lines of communication have been severed. All exits are gone. All that remains is to face the unknowable horror that comes aboard and pray that one day you get to see your family again. Wow. What a little psychedelic horror trip this was. Had a little bit of body horror to it. Again, you're trapped on an oil rig that is like kind of falling into the ocean, but there's some creepy thing that has boarded the oil rig, and oh my god, it was the atmosphere, scary. The monsters were creepy. It felt very immersive. I love the accents. The Scottish accents in this game are phenomenal. There's a whole option where you can play the game in the Scottish Gaelic. So you can play the whole game not really understanding what they're saying. They don't recommend that as your first playthrough, but it's an option, which I think is really cool. Really fun achievements as well if you're an achievement hunter, and just great gameplay. So I played this last October. So thankful to have a copy of this game because it is truly, I think, a hidden gem if you're not familiar with like indie horror. This just, ooh, it's a really good game. Again, it doesn't come with any manuals on the inside, but it does have some inner cover art, which is really fun. Let me show that to you. I'm just such a huge fan of games that take inspiration but really create something new and original, and that's what I feel like they did with Still Wakes the Deep. So I'm so happy to have this in my collection. I've just been looking for games that I've played or games that I really want to play that I wouldn't mind playing on PlayStation, and definitely Still Wakes the Deep I think is a really fun game, especially if you had friends come over and they want to try playing a game. I feel like pop this in. It's a fairly short game. I think you could beat it in like, I don't know, I'll put up the how long to beat info on the screen, but I think it took me 2 streams to beat the game. It might be close to 9 or 10 hours. And I don't think that that is a crazy amount of time for a horror game. There's a lot of content. There is replayability because you can go back in and do some things that you missed or play in a different difficulty mode. You can play with the Scottish Gaelic. A lot of options there that I think are really cool, and I'm glad to have the game in my collection. Now, the last game that I got that is kind of the beginning of my PS5 collection is another horror game. I just picked this up today, but I'm really happy with this one because it comes with little goodies on the inside that I didn't get to fully look at because I purchased it used at the game store today, and I'm so thankful that whoever brought this to that game store to sell it or like trade it in or whatever left all the things in it. They like full on, I'm so thankful, complete in box, which I love. Shout out to whoever brought this in. But I have Madison on PS5. This was such a treat. I did not know that Madison was getting published physically on the PS5. This game came out a couple years ago, I think. So I'm just so surprised. Another horror game. I played this 2 Octobers ago, I believe. This game was such a surprise because I went into it completely blind. It was kind of weird, kind of goofy in a way where you're like, you know, when you play a game, mostly a horror game or watching a horror movie, and the character is just completely doing all of the wrong things and asking the silliest questions, and you just want to sit there and be like, why are you acting like this? That is the main character of this game. But again, there was some really fun puzzles in it. If you don't like puzzles in horror games, I'm so sorry, you're not gonna like this one. There are some really interesting puzzles. I think I might have had to look up a couple solutions to it too, but I really enjoyed it. Really surprised that, I don't know, the ending kind of surprised me. I think it was a slight twist, but some creepy stuff went on. This is the Possessed edition, so it's basically the deluxe edition. It features a camera skin DLC, 2 instant photos, the storybook of Blue Knees, ritual cards, Blue Knees song music sheet, and digital audio files, and more. When I opened it up looking to see, ooh, there's the disc. When I opened it up to see if it came with a manual and I saw all of these goodies inside the case, I needed to get it. That's why I bought it now, because I love buying games used and secondhand at my local game stores, and I didn't want to miss the opportunity to not get all these like little treats on the inside. So I never got to really look at them. So we're gonna pull them out now and take a look and see what we have. Even though I just told you what's in it, we're gonna take a look and see what we have actually in the thing. Here is the Blue Knees song. It's an actual song sheet, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat and quirky. The back of that has a code that I can use. And then we have two, I think, what are these called? These might be the ritual cards. So we have some ritual cards here. So this side says human ashes. The other is 2 bodies, a guest and host. Cool. And then we have a sentimental object and 7 sacrifices. Ooh. It comes with some printed pictures, like actually on printed paper too. So these were developed. It says it's a Fujifilm, so they actually printed these out. So that's really cool. Got this one on some glossy paper, just some pictures of the creatures, the monsters in the game. So I love that. What am I gonna do with these? I don't know, because do I want these hanging on my wall? Not really. It's a little spooky, but I don't know, maybe we'll see. We'll see. And then it comes with a little storybook. This is a storybook from the game. So in the game, you kind of learn about the story that's the book. So I won't like read it for you, because I feel like learning the story later in the game is crucial to kind of the plot twist or your reaction to the game. But it comes with a physical storybook. It's pretty thick. I love that. I love little extras in games. I think it's super fun, and it's such a little way to support people who, I did play this game digitally. Why would I want a second copy of the game if I already bought it in one place? And this is a great way to kind of support the people who want to support the games. Just add in a couple little extras, you know, a couple little printables. This is honestly above and beyond what I would have expected. Having a music sheet, 2 printed pictures, 2 double-sided ritual cards with some really cool art, and the actual storybook in full art, plus the downloadable content. I feel like that is just, this makes me really glad that I got the game. It was $20, and you know what? To have this game on PlayStation, I think is really awesome. Here we have, this is what it looks like on the inside. Also, this is really cool. This doesn't really count because I bought this game used, but it might be the publisher, or I think it's the publisher, is in partnership with Eden Reforestation Project and will plant 1 tree for each copy sold. I love that too. So I didn't necessarily buy this copy from them, but I did buy it used. So whoever did buy this copy, thank you for planting a tree. That's really awesome. Some like themes in this game: photography, obviously it comes with photos, the storybook, so like stories, puzzles involving clocks and art, and a creepy apartment and family. And I think like the theme of family and hereditary things is just very prominent. Yeah, I had a great time. I think games that use cameras as a gameplay feature are really interesting. I would love to see that more. That's why I love like games where photographers are like forefront, like Life is Strange. So happy to have this game in my collection as well. And yeah, these are my PS5 games. This is my PS5 game collection of 5 games, and they're all horror games. So hopefully I'll be getting a PlayStation soon. I have the money for it. I'm waiting a little bit. I'm hoping that they release some info on GTA 6 soon, because rumor is that it won't come out on PC for a little while, not until 2026, and I'm gonna be playing that game on release, so I need a console, and a PlayStation is just, I think it's gonna fit my needs a lot better. So yeah, that's it. These are the games that I got to prepare my PlayStation to be used and played, and also to have trophies for the games that I have played. So I've played 4 out of the 5 of these games. Honestly, the amount of games that I've purchased that I have not played, I think buying games that I have played, I think it makes a little bit more sense, honestly. Like, I'm not just buying games that are gonna sit on a shelf and I won't ever play them. Like, I've already played these games. Did I need to buy them again? No. But I love physical media, so I don't even care. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you have any recommendations on games that I should get on the PS5 that play better on the PS5 or just have a better experience on the PS5 than on PC, because I'm primarily a PC gamer. So if you've ever played a game where you're like, it's way better on PS5 than anything else, let me know what I should get. If there are any PS5 exclusives that I should also pick up, let me know. I'm excited to try out Astrobot. I'm excited to play the Short Message Silent Hill game that came out. Apparently that's only on console, which I think is super interesting. Super excited to try that. That's pretty much it. If there are games that I need to get for my collection, let me know. I would love to. I love buying games. I've been doing a lot better. I went on a little bit of a buying rampage last year with my 3DS DS collection, but I've done pretty good. I'm not overdoing it this year so far. 2 months in, I've gotten a couple games, but we're not going crazy yet. That's for later in the year. Anyway, I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.